One of the things I hear a lot from my clients is that they say they need more discipline. You know, they need more discipline to go for a run every day, or wake up at 5 a.m. every morning, or have a cold shower every day, or spend more time, you know, working on their business, or to put better boundaries in place. And, you know, it's this really kind of energy of punishing ourselves into stepping in line, and to, you know, be really rigid in these expectations that we're placing on ourselves. And often we're just setting ourselves up for failure, and we're setting ourselves up to feel crappy about ourselves if we don't do the thing that we're disciplining ourselves into. But if we can use a different term, we can use a different word like commitment, it can soften that a lot. And commitment is something, you know, we're committing to do something that we want to do. We're not disciplining ourselves to be forced into doing something that we think we might want, or we think that we should be doing. And commitment is a bit more long term. It has an intention behind it. So you might say, I'm committing to going to bed earlier this week, or I'm committing to go to bed at 9 o'clock or 9:30 or 10 o'clock or whatever it is this week. And if you don't do it, discipline kind of says, well, you failed at that, you're going to fail at everything, you're a loser, you're a shitty person. Commitment says, well, actually, you know, I didn't make it this week, but that's okay, you know, veered off course a little bit, let's get back on course. There's a lot more forgiveness in it. It's a lot softer. And we don't need to berate ourselves if we don't do the things that we do, especially if they're really rigid. You know, and I also notice this a lot in my clients that, you know, having these really strong plans and these really strong expectations or goals of ourselves is quite a masculine energy to be in. And that's a result of this. It's the carryover from the patriarchy. That's the way men, or the masculine, operate. They operate really well with linear goals, with, you know, daily tasks, and, you know, really rigid rules and plans and schedules, because that is how the masculine works really well. They are very consistent, 24 hours a day. They feel the same. You know, that's not they're not cyclical like the feminine is. Women are very cyclical, and when we try to enforce these rigid rules and schedules onto ourselves as women, we fail, and then we berate ourselves because we think that's what we should be doing. But actually it's not. It's counterintuitive to how we operate. That was actually not what I wanted to do the video on. I wanted to do it on, let's use the word commitment, but that is also relevant to what I'm talking about. And I hope that's useful. And, you know, when you're trying to think about intentions that you're setting for yourself, or goals for the year, or goals for the month, or something, you know, you're wanting to create something for yourself, just trying to use those softer terminologies like the commitment and intention, rather than, you know, I need more discipline, and, you know, I just need to be better, and you know, those sort of self-berating language, because often it's not what you need. You actually probably need to be a bit softer, and to be a bit more forgiving, and to be a bit more allowing with your energy and your body, bearing in mind that females operate very, very differently to males, and this culture of you know, these rigid plans like 5 a.m. boot camps, you know, we just need to push harder, you need to do 10x, all of this stuff. That's all fantastic for men and people who are, you know, identify as men, and in that, when we need to be in that masculine energy, but it's very unnatural for us as women. So I hope that's been useful, and I'll see you soon.